Hi, I'm Muggs McConnell, and this is Snippets of Yoga Philosophy. So, in the last episode, I talked about Jesus and the Natha Yogis. And since I've introduced the Natha Yogis to you now, I'd like to speak a little bit more about them because they were very important in my teacher Hari's pathway of yoga. And in my book, Letters from the Yoga Masters, there's an appendix of all the different pathways of yoga that he had followed. Starts on page 271. And so you'll see that he was with the Natha Yogis and the Siddha Yogis. So the Natha Yogis, their names generally end in Nat, like Gorakshanath or Digvijay Nath. So they have their names like that. Gorakshanath was the yogi who wrote another Hatha Yoga text. We are usually familiar with the Hatha Yoga Pradipika. Well, there's the Goraksha Samhita, and there's also the Shiva Samhita. So the Natha Yogis were very, very devoted to Jesus. And in one of their texts, they have a quote that says, "One who doesn't know the 9 chakras, 16 adharas, 3 lakshyas, and 5 vyomas is a yogi in name only." So when Hari pointed out this quote to me, it became apparent that I should be familiar with these concepts. In general, we're basically familiar with many of them if you've been studying the philosophies of yoga, but different pathways use different terminology for different aspects of yoga. And so I want to make sure that you understand what these are. So today we're going to start with the 9 chakras of the Natha Yoga pathway. So if you're already familiar with the most common knowledge of the 7 chakras, great, that's a start for it. This is just going to be a quick overview, and perhaps we could do more snippets of yoga on the chakras later on, but we're going to just go through these today. So the chakras are energy centers in the subtle body, not so much in the physical body. And the root chakra, the Muladhara chakra, is at the very base of the spine. And this is related to your physical body, the food, clothing, shelter, having your basic needs met. The Svadhisthana chakra is at the sacral pelvic region, and it's related to creativity, procreation, fluid grace, and movement. So back to the root chakra, it's related to the earth element and solid foundation. The Svadhisthana, the sacral pelvic, is related to the water element and the fluid in the body. So whereas Muladhara might be related to the density of your bones, Svadhisthana is related to the fluid in the body, like the water, the blood flow, etc., the synovial fluid. The Manipura chakra is at the navel area, the solar plexus, and this is related to digestion, fire, the digestive fire, the element of fire, your energy level, your drive to accomplish things. And so it's an important chakra and the highest of the 3 lower chakras along the spine. The next one is Anahata chakra at the heart. And this is where your soul resides. Many texts refer to the soul residing at the heart. And so in this area, it's compassion, love, understanding, beautiful patient qualities of the soul that is here. It's also related to the air element. The lungs are in this region, and the heart pumps the oxygen through the bloodstream to all the areas of the body. Then we move up to the throat, a Vishuddhi chakra, and this is the power of speech and voice. The element is ether or space. And air moves through space. So akasha is the element space, and it's finer than air because air moves through it. Your voice moves through space. So space between the joints, space between your thoughts, space in your sacred space, how you treat your space that you live in, but really the power of the voice and how we communicate and how important our words are. They can crush a person or build them up. So this is the throat chakra. Now we move into one of the unknown chakras of the general 7 chakras, and this is called the talu chakra. So the talu chakra, if you curl your tongue back, you can almost reach, or maybe you can reach, a very soft palate area in the back of the throat. It's like if you have a nasal drip, that's where it's coming down. It's where the nose and the mouth meet. So way back at the root of the mouth. This is a talu chakra. If you did Kapalabhati breathing, you can feel almost that movement. It's like a little diaphragm there. And so this is, according to the Natha yogis, this is kind of a switching station, like on railway tracks where the train is going to change tracks. And so the subtle transmuting energies here. So sometimes this is called, well, it's usually called the talu chakra or lalana chakra. I've referred to it in the tantric yoga kriyas. And so it's an area where we transmute the energies in order to be able to move up to the third eye chakra. So the talu chakra is spoken of quite a bit in Tantra Yoga from the Himalayan Institute, Swami Rama's teachings. So it's quite an important subtle chakra area in the back of the throat there. Then we move up to the third eye, the Ajna chakra, and this is this point between the eyebrows. This is related to light, or the lower and higher minds. By lower minds, we mean the monkey mind, the chit-chatty, busy, constantly thinking mind. The higher mind is when we can quieten that lower mind, create some space between the thoughts, and then allow to hear the divine will or the higher knowledge, the higher wisdom. What am I supposed to do in this situation? Well, we quieten the mind, and then we can actually get some clarity and find some solutions. But with a busy, busy mind, we can never hear or listen to the rest. So third eye is related to those minds. And oh boy, the light came on. Now I know what to do. Then we move into another of these extra chakras, nirvana chakra. So the nirvana is the center in which liberation or moksha, freedom, enlightenment is attained and experienced. And so this is on its way up to what the Natha yogis call the Brahmaranda chakra, or we call it the Sahasrara chakra at the crown of the head. And this, the Brahmarandra is like the channel coming up. There's a soft spot when a baby is born, and then it eventually, the plates of the head grow together. Well, this is where the Brahmaranda moves through. And so this is the Nirvana chakra of the Natha yogis. Let's see if there's anything else that I can tell you from them. And I will give you a link where you can further research these. If you don't copy the front plate, when you go to our YouTube channel, the copy, the text copy underneath the video will have these links there as well. It's the holder of the net, the sense of perfect mastery of both the subtle energy network of the nadis and the chakras in the body. And so it is when we have reached full awareness, we have reached this nirvana chakra. And then the last one is at the crown of the head, the Sahasrara chakra or the Brahmarandra chakra. as they speak of it. Now, these 9 chakras in the Natha Yoga tradition is considered the 9 gates of the body. So in the Bhagavad Gita and other texts, they talk about the 9 gates. Some refer to the 9 gates as the 9 openings, like the eyes, the nose, the mouth, etc., the ears, where we can lose prana. No, in the case of the Natha yogis, they speak about these 9 chakras as major factors in the subtle energy system of a human being, the ruling power centers. They are our power centers, and that these are what they would consider the 9 gates. So that's my crash course on the 9 chakras of the Natha yogis today. I hope you've enjoyed this session, and we'll continue on to explore the other aspects, the 9 chakras, 16 adharas, 3 lakshyas, and 5 vyomas in the next Snippets of Yoga Philosophy. Have a beautiful day. Thank you so much for joining me.